Hello, welcome back to BoolBoys Pod, episode 51. We are almost at 52, which is one full year. We took some breaks in between, but we have the original BoolBoys. We got Brian, aka B Nagu, Naguzi.
Hello.
We have Siebes, C3385, also known as Sebastian here. So today is a return to like normalcy. We're going to do something on the Paul Tyson fight, and then we're going to go back to Bool or Bust top 5. So just good old-fashioned podcast today. How are you guys? How are you, gentlemen?
Well, it's been
Doing
cold.
well, yeah.
It gets dark way too early, but outside of that, pretty good.
Works okay, Brian?
It's going.
It's going for sure. Steve's, how about you? Come back from LA.
Doing well.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Missed you last week.
Yeah. You guys, you had a solid pod, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you had a solid pod without me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I believe I've missed 2. So, but yeah, good to be back. Yeah, like Brian said, getting dark a little too early. Getting the difference between the daytime temperature and the nighttime temperature is not ideal. I feel like you want more like 15 degrees difference, and we're probably up to like 25 degrees right now. So, got to get that more in line, I'd say. Colder days.
It's been pretty cold at night, 100%.
Yeah, but it's like
Especially in the
75
morning.
during the day. 75 during the day, and then like low 50s at night. We got to get more of a balance. 60s and 50s would be preferred, I think.
Pray to the weather gods,
Yeah.
dude. To
It's that time of year in Southern California, you know.
I feel
Yeah. The transition from summer to winter happened quickly this year. It seemed like fall wasn't there for that long. Just instantly became
well, it
very
is
dry.
technically just fall right now, right? Just
I guess.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but it seems very wintry right now. So yeah, in the morning it's so rough to get up, dude. It's like 60 degrees and stuff. Like it's
The darkness.
the darkness, exactly. So before we get into this weekend's event proper, I thought we'd do a quick fantasy check-in. If for all our avid listeners, if you didn't know from the previous pods, Brian is number 1 in the league right now through 4 weeks. Although he is sort of getting his comeuppance, you could say, for some early roster baiting. Some would say that. Brian, why don't you tell us what's going on with your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely early roster baiting. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm pretty happy with the team composition. I will say I definitely got to come up because, Tatum, KD, not Tatum, Maxey, KD, and people are just getting injured. It's like basically I was probably one of the more healthy teams for the first 3 weeks. Everybody's pretty hobbled already, and because my team was firing on all cylinders, I was just straight smoking people basically. And so I don't know what else to tell you. I'll just give it to you straight, dude. I was just
Who have you
smoking
played?
people.
Who have you played? Siebes.
Me, Brian squeaked out a 5-3 win, and I missed a player for most of the week. So I will just say, Herb Jones was out for most of that week.
Siebes. That's all.
Oh, come on.
but they've been big wins, and
Okay.
I think I'm just happy because it's like some of Buddy Hield pick was validated. I was like, I think he's gonna be fucking good. Like he's just taking Clay's spot, and then I didn't play Mathurin last week, but he looks like he's gonna be pretty good, and he was basically my last pick. So like, okay, like just I think the new strat is the versatile wing, dude. They just score a lot.
Tatum. Is it the new strat, not the strat for the last 15 years?
Tatum, KD, Paul George, and then Jeremy Grant is pretty shit, but he's getting pretty versatile stats. And then you just get some bigs to round out the corners, dude. I think this is the new strat.
The irony of Brian drafting 3 and D guys is not lost on me, but
that's all the bragging I'll do. I'm getting fucked up this week, but hopefully my guys just play hard.
To Zarif, right?
Yeah, and we could sneak out a 4-4.
It's 4-3-1 right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
So you're not doing too bad.
Everything's close though. Everything's very close.
That's
I see a team.
You got to give Brian his flowers.
See a team
Good first
built
4
for a
weeks. Good
sprint.
first 4 weeks, Brian. Yeah.
I didn't even want him, but I'm very appreciative that you're giving them to me, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, very good.
nobody else is hearing it, dude. Nobody else is
Steve's.
listening, dude.
Yeah, I see a team built for a sprint and not a marathon. That's what I'd say.
Fuck
We'll
you,
see.
Steve. How
No,
about
I
that,
just-
dude? How about that, dude?
Before we
How
move to
about a big
Steve's
fuck
and
you,
get
man?
his before he gets Steve's opinion on this team, I just want to point out on Brian's team, I don't think in the history of the league, the modern era league, Brian was ever picked as a good drafter or like pegged as a good drafter. Would you say that, Sebastian?
It's like my
But-
only skill, dude.
Like
I feel like-
Brian's he had a few good drafts, and then he got into this weird habit of drafting very old guys, and it wasn't really like didn't make a lot of sense because it was like, what's the ceiling here? So this team does have a bit more of a ceiling, I'd say.
I feel
We'll have to see.
that claim actually kind of holds with at least having Paul George and KD on my team, and
It does.
somewhat
And
relying or
Middleton.
at least giving. I'm like happy that Jeremy Grant's playing
KD's been so
okay,
sick.
but he's shooting like shit, and he's pretty old and pretty injury prone. So like, still got some characteristics of that. But I was trying to like scope up Maxey and like, yeah, my first pick Tatum was intentional for durability. Like, I just think he's going to play a lot, like regardless. And
that's a
he'll
good
put up
pick.
good stats.
Yeah.
So like, I think
And he's popping off too. Yeah, can't complain. All right, Steve's, give us a
That's
rundown.
the early jerk off session. But thank you, Ashton, for my flowers, dude. The only guy. The only guy.
We'll see about 20 weeks in. We'll see 20 weeks in, dude. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, Steve. I'll pass it
Go,
on.
Steve, go.
I don't know. I think my team is starting to come into form. It feels like, when you draft a team as young as my team, you pretty much are drafting for second half of the season. And as long as I can stay afloat while the guys figure it out, I think I'll be okay. I'm enjoying watching Cade a lot. I didn't anticipate liking watching the Pistons as much as I have. And it's going to take time. I mean, I think I was going to say I'm pretty injured, but I think everybody has like at least 4 guys out right now. It seems like
Crazy.
It's kind of,
It's so crazy.
Rare to find somebody who doesn't have like 3 or 4 O's on the roster right now. I think I missed on I don't know. Rudy, I've been very underwhelmed with Rudy Gobert. Maybe they'll figure it out. The Wolves kind of take some time to get going, some years. Wemby is starting to pick it up. Was a bit underwhelming the first week. And I say that while he still had like a player rating of like 19 or 20.
Yeah, dude.
So it was like
I feel
still
like he's waking up.
It still was like pretty absurd, even though it was a little underwhelming. And yeah, like Amin Thompson finally starting to get big run, took a big gamble on him, and that should hopefully pay off. And yeah, I guess my MVP so far is probably LaMelo. LaMelo's been excellent.
Oh, yeah, what the hell? He's been so good.
Very, very fun to watch.
My one question for Sebastian is I've been going over like fantasy basketball subreddits or forums and stuff, and the overwhelming like beef is that a lot of people are upset they pick Wemby at 1 over Jokic at 2, and in our league it happened to be 3. Any of that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I'm very biased, and I think I should have that's why I didn't want the number 1 pick, honestly, because I would have just rather had Jokic. I enjoy watching him more. I still watch every Nuggets game, and I'm not getting any like fantasy benefit from it. So in that sense, yeah, I do miss my guy Ant too. I think that's been a big
He's popping off
spot of discontentment for me with the whole season, just not being able to have Ant in fantasy. I'm still watching the Wolves because of Rudy, but it's like, oh, cool. I'm rooting for like the 6th most exciting guy on the court and not the actual most exciting guy.
I feel like Wemby's going to wake up and it's going to even out a bit. Maybe he will, but Jokic is playing just like mind-numbing numbers. It's got to slow down a little bit, dude. Like,
well, it's ridiculous. It's not sustainable for their long-term success. Yeah. He'll get worn down. They don't want it to be that way. But Wemby right now through like 1.5 quarters has 21. It's against the Wizards, but yeah.
1.5. Yeah, see, he's starting to get pretty big block games. I think the game he was, I think in our matchup, he wasn't playing that well earlier in the week, and then he had like a triple-double or near triple-double with blocks.
He had a 5x5.
5x5,
And he also
5x5.
yeah.
Like a nasty one. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm glad I'm getting this early because I think this is going to be pretty ridiculous later into the season.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess for me, I've played Andrew, I've played Arjun, and I played Nam. Beat Nam.
Dude,
lost
Nam's
Arjun.
team is so trash.
we can vote on the worst. I actually don't think Nam's is the worst, but
really, wow, okay,
yeah, okay. I will say that not having Steph in week 2, not having traded this week, and I'm playing Andrew. Like I'm treading water, and I think despite that, my stats have been pretty good, so I'm okay with my team. I thought it'd be worse than it was, but it's actually competing pretty well. My only concern is I haven't had any of the injury. Like besides Steph and Trey missing a week and now 1 game or 2 games, I've been pretty fortunate, and it's not really translated into category W's, which is a little alarming. So that's what I'll say about me. But
I feel like it's too assists heavy, bro. I'm just looking at it.
I lost to Jesse in assists.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That week was you and Jesse had a whack matchup. The numbers were very skewed. I don't know what the deal was. I didn't count games, but you guys were like popping off and would have beat like every team in the league except for you guys happened to be facing each other that week.
And I did it with 200 less minutes. I'll just put that out there. He had 15 minutes, and I had 1,200. And that's why I was like, okay, my team might be okay. Yeah. So this week I have to get through Andrew Modok, but we'll see. Just quickly on fantasy, let's wrap it up. Who do you think the worst team is? Brian brought it up. I have a pretty strong suspicion. I don't want to call anybody out, but I've been told, and I agree with this. What do you think, Brian? I'll give you first.
What the fuck? We're just talking mad shit on the pod. Like, whose team is just trash, dude?
No, like,
I think
everything can change. Everything can change. But right now,
I think Miles Bridges in the top 50, and then like Nick Claxton even before that or after that, like soon after. I think that is just egregious.
For Nam.
Yeah. Like Miles Bridges to Nick Claxton in like the top 50 is like crazy. You got to be on some crazy thinking to think that's going to be.
Steve, any opinions?
I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I have to play some of these people coming up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm just out here talking shit.
Through first.
You say yours, Ashwin.
I thought Connor's team looked pretty weak through 14.
Yeah, I just finished playing them. It didn't feel. I don't think my team had a particularly good week, and I still won. So yeah, that might be true.
The thing is with like Nam's team, I can see it popping off. Johnny's team is unhealthy right now, but there's always been heavy parity, and I just think for the first 4 weeks, Connor's team is a little bit less than what I expected when I first saw it drafted. We'll see though; it's only 4 weeks in.
The one thing with Johnny's team is he took some horrific gambles. Like if you watched Embiid last night, I don't know if it's going to get much better.
Actually officially the bottom.
No, I believe.
I think Connor's the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Connor's last place.
Yeah.
Johnny's team, if the gambles don't pay off, is really bad.
I mean, Embiid and Cat. And who's his other pick?
Cat's fine. It's Zion and Embiid.
Yeah, Zion and Embiid.
Yeah, I feel so sad for Zion, man. It's not happening. Yeah, honestly, it's just not happening.
It'll be fine.
Man.
It'll be fine.
Did they say how long?
It's like 6 weeks.
6
days. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But when Arjun mentioned this about Chad, is like if someone's out for 10 weeks, that's more than half. That's half the season, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
fantasy at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of fucked. Yeah, you're kind of fucked. Yeah.
Dude, Chet was. I stand behind. I think he.
No, I think you're right.
All NBA, like. Exactly. If the OKC's the first seed, and like they're balling out, he's putting up basically how he was playing. That's pretty much, and all NBA third team at least.
Yeah. So that's the fantasy check-in. Brian leading the way. All of us kind of riding on the coattails trying to get there, but I think there's a comeuppance coming up.
So complimentary.
I'm setting you up for the big fall, dude.
I'm making you feel weird, dude. So complimentary of the team. A little too complimentary, man.
No,
it got me feeling weird out here.
When I looked at Brian's team, I always, that he said the meme like, oh, I don't. The 1 a.m. meme, don't let me draft any good players.
Don't let me draft Tatum.
Yeah. But I look at his team, it's really good. All right. Moving on to Tyson Paul this Saturday at your Cowboys Stadium, correct, Sebastian?
I believe so. I believe
Okay,
it is at Jerry World.
Jerry World, yeah. Something positive.
Where there will probably be curtains up. There will be curtains up probably for that fight. So the sun doesn't get in. But we can't have curtains up during our football games, and everybody gets blinded and can't catch the football.
I've heard about this thread.
Yeah, just as a side, yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to ask, I think Siebes would probably be the better person to ask this because he's more plugged in. But I was looking at all of Paul's fights. Could you say that like any of them were legitimate, true, even contests? He lost one to Fury, right? But all the other ones were basically him won. Yeah,
that was probably the most even one. Yeah, you'd have to say. I think it's hard to say anything. Let me just take a quick look and see if I'm forgetting anything, because it kind of has all started to blend together. Yeah, you do have to probably say the Fury fight is the legitimate. No, I don't think we can say. Yeah.
Well, he got beat pretty bad in the Fury fight.
There was a split decision, but yeah, I thought he got his ass kicked. Honestly,
it's just the Fury's very low skill.
He fought, basically.
I mean, Silva, Askren.
Yeah. What?
Ben Askren got messed up.
Silva and Askren was there for the paycheck. That's what I remember.
Also, Ben Askren is a wrestler with terrible striking, even in MMA regards, so it was never going to work out. Yeah, Anderson Silva was kind of a decent win. Anderson Silva was also quite old and isn't a boxer. Like, he had a nice little run during boxing. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., which I think everybody kind of thought that was like a sign that he was good at boxing, because they don't follow Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s career, which is one of my like sicko hobbies. I'm quite a huge fan of following JCC Jr.'s career, because it's just as an aside, I feel like he only boxes to embarrass his father and make him miserable. Like, you do get that, yeah. I genuinely feel that. I have this. This is like an opinion. I strongly believe that him and his dad must have had a weird relationship, and he only boxes now to embarrass his father and tarnish what is like the greatest Mexican boxer of all time's legacy. But yeah, that's just an aside.
What's his record?
People thought, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. It's pretty good, but like in the last few years, it's horrible. Like, I want to say he has won, let me see, 50 something fights, 54-6. Yeah, so it's a good record, but yeah, it's not. Recent years, he's lost some hilarious fights.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I bring it up, is because even though Tyson is now near 60, right?
I think he is.
Yeah, so like in terms of pure boxing talent, this is the best boxing talent he's fought, regardless of age.
Yeah, like
right?
Be correct.
Brian, am I right here? No, yes.
He's 58. He's 58.
Yeah. He's 58, man. Like, he's old.
So
it's like the raw talent gonna. I mean, like, Jake is an athletic guy.
It's Mike Tyson, dude.
But he's 60, dude. He's 60. Jake Paul's in decent shape. You know, he's knocking people out.
The best trainers and stuff, and they're not testing or anything.
Tyson's
right? So
old.
The one thing was, I think I had thought the Roy Jones fight was a lot more recently than it was. It was 4 years ago, but that fight was kind of like Mike Tyson really looked like he enjoyed almost killing Roy Jones, even though
like 2020 exhibition, right?
Yeah, he was going crazy in that fight, and it was kind of uncomfortable to watch, because I think Roy Jones is a good deal younger than Mike, and Mike's a lot bigger than Roy. Don't get me wrong, but Mike was like enjoying beating the shit out of Roy Jones, and it was like pretty hilarious. He had
doesn't he end the fight of just being like like, we gotta do this again, dude. We gotta do this again. And Roy Jones is like not that down. He's just like, nah, man. I mean, he kind of gives like, oh yeah, maybe, man.
It was like, so he's, I don't know, Mike. I think when he gets into the ring, he'll maybe get a little caught up in the moment. So that's, I think, our one hope, if we're hoping that Mike kind of beats the shit out of Jake Paul, which I think is kind of everybody's hope at this point.
Yeah.
Does a single Mike Tyson punch knock him out still?
I think so.
At this
It just takes one. It just takes one.
The clean one? I think so.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I think Mike Tyson could knock out most people even at this age. Yeah,
for sure. I think
Kinda-
fuck them up. It's
So-
like even though he's old, he's still pretty big and he's still pretty strong, and he has like the murderous technique. You know, he has like technique that was built to kill people, basically. So it's like if he still has that, and you're like taking a direct punch at that, you're gonna get smacked. You know what I mean? You're gonna.
So that leads me to my next point, which perfectly is that Steve's brought up the exhibition 4 years ago, and then I was looking at Tyson's fights before that, and the last one was 2005 or 2006. So 14-year gap, and then exhibition at 2020, and now 4 more years, and then Jake Paul. So what type of fighting condition do we expect? We know Brian mentioned the talent and like the technical skill will be there, but will he be huffing and puffing after the first round? Like, will he get pooped out and maybe take an easy shot? Like, what do you guys see for Tyson? I think it's 8 rounds total, right, Steves? Or 6?
8 rounds, 2 minutes.
8 rounds, 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. So what do you foresee? Does he last the distance?
Yeah, Paul is the one who gasses every fight. So Paul, I actually think, is more of a concern for a gas.
More than 58-year-old Mike Tyson? Damn, dude.
Yeah,
okay,
I would
for
say
sure.
so, yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, then isn't it just a clear Tyson win? He's a better boxer. He's bigger.
It's the age, man.
It's just
the age, yeah.
It's a 35
but the age,
difference,
wouldn't that manifest as like fatigue or something? How is age manifesting here?
I think the speed is what's going to be the problem, possibly.
Okay.
I mean, Jake is fairly athletic. Jake is pretty good at not getting into dangerous situations when he boxes. I'm pretty sure Jake is taller than Mike, right? I would assume he has a reach advantage.
So. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't
so
read
that would be my one thing. Let's see. Jake has a 76-inch reach. Yeah, he has a 5-inch longer reach. So Mike struggling to get inside. Yeah. Yeah. Mike could struggle to get inside. Jake could kind of be on a bicycle, jabbing, which I don't know. He's not the cleanest boxer. Also, 14-ounce gloves. Yeah, 14-ounce gloves versus 10. So a little more padding, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. It's a nerve-wracking situation because I think if Jake beats Mike in like a bad fashion, I feel like the whole world is going to be quite angry with Jake Paul.
Boxing's dead. If he just fucking like KOs Mike Tyson or some shit, dude.
No, actually, I think it's kind of, now that I'm talking it out, it's kind of a lose-lose for Jake because like, what can you really gain from beating a 58-year-old Mike Tyson? And then on the other hand,
that's all he cares about, dude.
Money, right?
The Netflix bag, I assume, is pretty nice. You get knocked out by a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. It's also like, damn, you got fucked up by a 58-year-old. Like, it's Mike Tyson, but he's fucking 58. So, yeah, I guess you have to kind of, it's the same thing I think I said about another Jake fight where you have to, like, give him credit because he doesn't, he kind of, like, isn't afraid to make an ass of himself.
And it's an interesting like prospect seeing 58-year-old Mike Tyson fight like a young upstart. I wouldn't say professional boxer, some professional boxer, sure, whatever.
Professional,
made himself.
There's worse professional boxers.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Steve. There's been worse careers out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the odds up, but it looks like the money line is Paul minus 210, Tyson 172, and draws plus 1100. They're really expecting.
They're super expecting the draw.
Yeah.
No, plus like, 1100. You said.
Yeah.
Oh,
it would be mine.
They're not expecting the draw.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct. So
I'm curious.
Tyson is the underdog.
Tyson's the underdog. I'm curious if that's by decision because I would struggle to see Jake knocking Mike out.
So Paul method of victory via TKO or TKO is plus 140. Via decision is plus 280.
So they think Jake Paul's going to knock Mike Tyson out.
Or I suppose, or Tyson at 240 plus 240 via KO or via decision plus 1100. So they
definitely don't think Mike's going to go the distance and win the fight.
Yeah.
The other three.
So what do you guys think?
I think Jake by decision is the most likely.
I would probably agree with that.
What do you want?
Mike Tyson
KO.
KO. Yeah, what the fuck? That's easy, dude.
Everybody should want that.
I would love like a amazing, modern clip of Mike Tyson peekaboo and just slips Jake Paul and fucking knocks him the fuck out, dude. I'd be super.
Yeah, it would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, just like a fucking dip low or something, and just fucking KOing him out. It'd be awesome.
KO.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
So it looks like Tyson's gonna earn $20 million for the fight, and if Paul wins, he makes $40 million.
Yeah, I
oh my god, dude! Really?
Yeah.
Well, so have your answer. Doesn't even matter.
Even the co-main, Katie Taylor, I think is making $6 million, which is a tremendous bag for a women's fight. Also, that co-main event is a phenomenal fight. The first
Katie
one
Taylor
was really fun. Amanda Serrano.
Okay. Yes,
yeah, the first one was like one of the fights of the year when they fought a few years back. We should have had the rematch sooner, but it's good that they're getting the rematch back on, and that's going to be a great fight.
I guess it could be said that Jake Paul just gets people paid.
Amanda Serrano? She's Puerto Rican.
No, Niraj.
Oh, you mean talking about Niraj Goya? Yeah, he's Indian. I believe he's like a sparring partner of. He might be. I don't know, but he's a sparring partner. He's from Chandigarh.
Okay, for sure. I don't know. I should know where that
is. He was born in Yamunanagar, India.
Okay. So I'll be rooting for him. Good for him.
he's like a fairly he had a career before he got linked with Jake Paul, and then I think somehow he got in Jake Paul's camp and like trains with him, and he's been on a few of Jake Paul's cards now, and it's kind of funny because I remember when he was okay. He'll probably beat the guy he's fighting. It's a decent undercard when you look at it. Like Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos is an okay fight. It's for a world title, but I don't think anybody would really think those two.
How much are they getting paid? I'm curious. Like people just on the undercard.
I don't know. I would assume
exactly.
That's
but I assume it comes from
the purses for Mario Barrios and Abel Ramos are probably okay. The rest of them, I would assume, are not that much.
For sure. But I guess at the top level, Jake Paul's getting people paid, man.
It is one thing you have
40 million, 6 million. Yeah, like people are getting fat bags of them, basically.
That was the last thing I want to talk about, Brian, and you're probably the person to like, since I would say you are a more casual consumer of boxing than Seeps. Would you say that?
Yeah, I'd say that for sure.
So then for you, like you got drawn into this Jake Paul Tyson fight in a way that maybe some of the other true legitimate boxing fights didn't pull you in. Is that fair to say?
I guess, but more so because I love Mike Tyson. I just want to see.
It's fucking Mike Tyson, yeah.
How he's gonna box at age 60.
No, that was the question I'm trying to get at. Is like, is it a problem that like these types of events seem to get more pull or more attention from the casual viewer?
I mean, I'm happy people get paid. I'm happy people can get paid. You can have whatever opinion you want about it. Ultimately, it's just more like content and slop, right? So, like, hopefully Tyson wins, but truly, like, it's such a ridiculous premise. I feel like it's, if you take a step back and look at it, it's just such a ridiculous premise. Like Jake Paul, social media star, boxing 60-year-old Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of ridiculous, but I'm hyped for the sheer ridiculousness of it, and because Mike Tyson's awesome. Yeah.
See, same question from a more plugged-in type of viewpoint.
And a problem in what sense? Because like, yeah, it's not great. I mean, this card is okay, and I think what differs to me about Jake Paul cards with his MVP promotions versus like what's that Misfits boxing? That's KSI's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit is like straight up meme boxing, and it's not really entertaining. Like Jake does bring a spotlight to guys who are legitimate boxers on his undercards most of the events, and I think they're appreciative for the platform. And you can't be too mad if you're a boxing promoter at what Jake's doing, because like it's a problem you've created yourself with your lack of with your inaction. Like they've clearly done something that's like captivating audiences, and I might not love it all the time, but it's kind of a testament to like what other boxing promoters probably should have done, like making the fights people wanted. So this wasn't available. Like we went a long time before the Saudis got involved, and now we are getting the fights we want as fans, but we went a long time without getting those fights. And I think that's when Jake kind of had his big surge in popularity, because it was like, at least this is like interesting, and it captivated a casual audience. Now I think we're returning to like I said, the Saudis have rejuvenated the sport and we are getting fights we want, but Jake is a product of the era where we weren't getting those.
That's well said, for sure. I'm really excited to see Dallas Cowboys Stadium all filled for the fight. It's this Saturday, right? Steve?
No, it's Friday at 5.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, were you gonna say something?
I've always thought it would probably be a terrible venue to watch a fight, honestly, if you were there in person, because it's way too big, and like you're mainly just going to be watching the the huge ass jumbotron up top.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah,
I wonder what crowd of celebrities show up to a Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, dude. You know what I mean?
LeBron.
LeBron to be there, dude. Like, don't you have a game right now, dog? The fuck?
LeBron with Bronny. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah,
Evander will be there. Evander will be there. I would bet on that. Evander Holyfield. Yeah. It is a good point. Kanye should show up.
That it would be a good indicator of the pool Jake has. So see how many celebrities he has there, and not even like, would you consider like, besides the stadium, is there a lot for people to do in Dallas, Seeps?
Yeah, it's a fun city.
Okay. Maybe if it's Vegas, I thought it'd be a bigger pool or something. But
that part might be. Well, Vegas doesn't. I guess you could do it at Allegiant, but that's outdoor. I am curious. To me, the bigger question is like, how big are the viewership numbers going to be, because this is on Netflix and it's not on pay-per-view. That's my biggest question.
Shit ton, dude.
Yeah, and if this is like, because I'm down to get away from pay-per-view, that would be sick if Netflix gets more invested into boxing somehow. I mean,
it'll make it more expensive though.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, I think it's already kind of trending that way, because next year they're going to be the home of WWE. Like all of WWE's events will be live.
That's fine. Live on Netflix.
Yeah. Damn. So I'm curious, like, as Netflix, it's kind of like a nerd. This is like a Bill Simmons-y way of viewing things, like sports media. What's the future of sports media on Netflix?
It is interesting. It is really interesting.
It is.
From that perspective, as somebody who consumes a fuck ton of sports media, like the future of it,
we gave our predictions, but I'll just reiterate: Tyson in 4 by KO.
You think?
Really? You think he's gonna fuck him up? Basically,
yeah, dude. Brian,
it's an 8 round.
Yeah.
What do I predict is really gonna happen?
I feel like decision's the easy one, but yeah.
I feel like I want it to. I feel like it's either gonna go to a draw, or or I have a hopeful Mike Tyson KO in the late rounds, dude. But
fair enough. Yeah,
we'll see.
Steve's.
I would say if Tyson's gonna knock him out, it's gonna be like in the first 2 or 3 rounds. I'm probably gonna go because I feel like it's easier to catch. I don't know. Maybe you might be right. Late rounds, because Jake will be tired. But I'm gonna say Jake by awful decision at the end. We're just all very sad because
yeah. I think that's what's happened a few times, dude.
Yeah.
This whole epic has started off. Yeah. We have to remember from Jake Paul knocking out Nate Robinson, dude. And now he's fucking boxing Mike Tyson on Netflix.
What was that card? What was the main event of that card?
Oh my god, I don't remember, man.
That was so long ago.
Jared Williams versus
KSI versus Logan Paul.
Was it KSI versus Logan Paul?
Was it? I don't know, man. Was it?
Let me see. It might have been. No, I feel like that was a different fight. Nate Robinson.
It was Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. undercard.
Oh, it was Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. for sure. During COVID, yeah.
Damn,
Cyclical.
it all comes
Life
full
is cyclical.
circle, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that was okay. I remember this now. Yeah, this was during COVID, the height of
The breadcrumbs
COVID.
were there for this almost 6 years ago. Yeah, it was all at the start of the plan.
4 years ago, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. 2020. You're right. Yes.
It's a pretty bad KO, man. He straight
awful.
He straight sleeps Nate Robinson.
He didn't do anything for
like, oh my
stereotype
God.
that NBA players don't know how to fight.
Well, it was the Ron Artest would have beat Jake Paul.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the fight.
I would pay for that, dude. You know,
Ron Artest is also way fucking bigger than Jake Paul.
That's true. Yeah, 6'8", fucking huge. Is he Ron Artest now, or is it Meta World Peace? I thought it was.
I think he's Meta Sandiford Artest.
Yes. The third iteration. Yes, very
His
good
wife's
for
last name and his name hyphenated.
Oh, okay. How progressive.
I believe.
Anything else
Ron's pretty
on
progressive.
Jake Paul and Tyson? I'm very excited. I will tune in for sure.
No,
Nothing.
thoughts and prayers to Mike.
Yeah.
Go on and do it, big guy.
Yeah, for the world. Okay. Should we move to Bool or Bust? We're on a new podcasting software today, so I don't want to mess up again like I did before the show and kick you guys out. So we're just gonna go straight into top 5 for
Dude,
Bool
it
or
was super
Bust.
funny because you're like, all right, it's ready to go, and then you just drop off the call, dude. We're just like, dude, what kind of issue does this guy have, man? Like, I don't understand what the
give me
issue is.
some grace for the Riverside fiasco and give me a couple weeks to be better, I promise. Okay.
Just like, what?
So top 5 was Oceanic Animals. And then Bool or Bust, and then we can have a song of the week. If you guys don't have one, I can throw one out, no doubt. So anyone want to start with Bool or Bust? What was Bust be?
I'm down.
Okay, take it away, Brian.
I'd say overall everything is Bool, and this is also a Bool. It's jean jacket. Josmar's back, dude. My cousin made like a jean jacket for his clothing company. I'm kind of shilling, but I'm actually not. It's just chill. It's
Matt
just a nice
Pham?
jacket. Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, and I bought one of them, and it's fucking sick. Let me
Can you
grab
show?
it.
Yeah, can you show?
Yeah. Let me grab it.
I've been rocking denim shirts as like jackets lately. Also, I must say.
Oh, really? I put in a big bet for you. Oh, that's dang, dude.
That's nice. Yeah. No, hey Brian, I won't hate. I'm rocking a similar style recently.
This is content. It's fire, dude.
It's a nice jacket, dude. Yeah,
Pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's back, dude. Gene Johnson's back, dude. It's just a nice jacket, and it's like
it is.
I'm like, it's a Bool. Like I bought one off of him. It's like I haven't followed all the clothes he's made, but this is the first one that I got, and I was like, dude, this is like a great, thoughtful product. You know what I mean? Like has sick tags on it. You know, it's like very pro, and it's like, damn, dude, this is
makes
sick.
me nostalgic.
Yeah. If a viewer wanted to buy a Matt Pham piece, where would they go, Brian?
Withthebeginnersmind.com, I believe.
There you go. Okay, you heard it
For
here.
sure, nice.
But that's it. Just chilling for my cousin, but I also am a fan of
it's a chill jacket.
Fan of the jacket, and I've been rocking it, and it's like, oh, it's comfortable, it's nice.
Getting compliments.
Utility. I have gotten compliments. Yeah, dude. Do it for the fam, dude. That's how we carry the legacy, dude. The sick clothes, and I'm just rocking it for the fam, dude.
Yeah, fair enough. Good for you, and good for Matt. It's a good piece. Yeah. See, anything else?
Did he name it the Josmar?
I don't
know. It actually should have been called Jazzy Josmar's denim jacket.
Yeah.
That's like what the piece
I would buy
called.
one if it was that.
It's too funny, man. No, I don't.
It'd be so sick.
I don't know what it's called actually.
Okay.
Just
anything else,
Jazzy
Brian? You
jean
said yes
jacket.
or no?
Anything else? Nah, man.
Hurricane.
It's almost the holidays. Pretty down. I think people are starting to kind of get into holiday mode, and I'm also down. So down to fucking Bool.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
Mariah
it.
Carey. You can start your Mariah Carey everywhere now.
You're not a fan of Mimi?
Mimi?
I'm a fan.
That's her
You're
name?
not a fan of Mariah Carey? Mimi?
I am.
That's
I
her
am a
nickname,
fan.
Mimi?
Yeah. Dude.
I mean,
What the fuck,
I'm
bro?
not a big fan. I kind of
love
get
her.
annoyed hearing that song everywhere. I feel like that's
She's a legend. She's a legend.
One of the best songs, one of the best singers of all time.
She's a legend. She's a legend.
Now we know.
I love Mimi, but yeah, I guess I can go next.
Sure.
Pretty short. I mainly have Bools. Brian, do you know this dish? It's a Japanese dish called okonomiyaki.
Yeah,
you know this dish?
Yeah,
there's like a place in Little Tokyo that has okonomiyaki. It's very good.
Yeah.
I'd
What's
say
the
that's
name
one
of
of my Bools. What?
Is that
I don't know
the name
the
of it?
name. They have like Hiroshima style okonomiyaki.
Yeah,
It's like yeah. It's incredibly good.
I've eaten there. Chinchikurin.
Yes, that's it. Tremendous establishment. Great service. Great food.
It is a good.
That's
really
one of
good
my
restaurant.
Bools. Yeah, one of my Bools.
It's a very good restaurant.
Yeah. Ashwin, I think you may enjoy it. It's like crispy
I
noodles.
feel like you'd like okonomiyaki, Ashwin. It's like a pancake, basically.
Basically, with like ramen noodles instead. Yeah.
Oh, that
Very
sounds
good.
dank. Yeah.
And you can get any kind of meat that you want, basically.
Yeah. They have a few different styles.
Yeah.
Then I'll go with my second Bool being political ads being over. It's very fucking nice that we don't have to deal with political ads. Like for football watchers, it was very bad on the weekends. We'd just be getting inundated with commercials throughout the entire day. You're watching like 10 hours of football and you probably see like 100 political ads, and it's just nice to be clear of that. Also, we'll say the Bool is the calls ending and the texts ending.
Yeah,
I'm still getting calls. I was literally just on my phone because I was like looking. I feel like I'm on getting less texts, but way more. The calls just don't stop, dude. Basically,
still getting emails, I would say, but not anything else. And
I get like
4
calls a day. Do you guys get that many?
No,
I don't.
Not at all.
That's a lot still. I don't know what's going on with you.
Like a couple weeks ago, but not anymore. Yeah.
I was getting a lot a few weeks ago. Probably
Actually,
more
no,
than
not
3 or
that
4.
many, but I had a lot today.
I
don't know. Yesterday I had like 10, bro.
Damn, that's pretty crazy. I will say I'll add a bust and say that the losing candidate should not be asking us for money still. I will say that. I think it's quite shameless.
Is she?
Losing candidates in every no, not just her, but other losing candidates are also like asking for money nationwide. Like I saw one, it was some person I think in Portland who lost their local race, and they're like, yeah, now our campaign is severely in debt. If you could help us close the gap on this $100 and something million debt, we can get back to fighting for what we're fighting for. And I was like, no, you fucking lost. Stop asking for fucking money. What the fuck's your problem? Like, this needs to change. That's the bust. The American political system. That's the ultimate bust. But
2 thumbs up.
Mainly just people begging for money after they've lost elections. That's a bust. You should not do that. It's shameless.
Any more, Steve? I just want to add something to that, which is
I'll end with that. Yeah.
So I think I vaguely remember telling you guys that when I was trying to get into medical school, I changed my residency to Tennessee because I wanted out of state. Yeah, and so that was probably like 10 years, like 8 to 10 years ago. And then I've been a California resident for the last like 5 or 6 years. And throughout the previous week, I was getting tons of Tennessee politicians asking me for money. And I popped off like, I haven't lived in fucking Tennessee for over 10 years. Why the fuck are you calling me? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, at some point, that's just lazy. You can do a little more work and you can find out who your constituents are a little bit better. I haven't lived in Tennessee for like officially for like 6 or 7 years. You know, that's whack.
I'll add one more. I think that you should be more in touch with the American people and not canvass on Sundays. I think it's ridiculous to knock on a door when it's NFL Sunday. Like, get in touch with this is the most popular television viewing experience in the country, and you're interrupting people to canvass for your candidate. I think it makes one side of the spectrum look very out of touch with the American people.
And one knock only. You don't get 2 or 3 knocks. You don't get 2 or 3 knocks. One knock, they don't answer. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I'll just say one party never canvassed on Sundays. It was always candidates of the other party. I think we can guess which one it is.
I stay out of this, dude.
And I say this as somebody who doesn't like either party. I'm just telling you, it's a mistake.
Yeah, we're not political here on the BoolBoys pod. Yeah.
Don't go knocking on an NFL Sunday. Like, people don't appreciate that. Also, people go to church. Like, it's a religious day for some people. Don't canvass.
It's a Sabbath.
Better than that. Yeah.
Fair enough. Bool bust to me.
Yeah.
I think I guess one true Bool or bust, and then one Bool. The true Bool or bust is being unemployed, because I think I've said this to a lot of people, but like when Brian, JT, Jesse, Andrew were all like in Irvine for that amount of time, I was so envious of you guys, like getting to do whatever you want. And now I'm 1 week in and I'm like struggling to fill the days. Like, I don't want to play WoW, or like you go to the gym for an hour or two and then what else do you do? Like, my class is only like a couple hours per day, if that. So then what do I do for the rest of the day? So I'm getting very bored very quickly. I need to pick up some new hobbies, productive hobbies. So that's the true Bool or bust. I guess the bust is getting sacked or laid off, and then the Bool is having the free time, and then you go back to the bust for what do you do with the free time. And then a Bool is I'm going to Mexico for a wedding next week. Looking forward to it. Solo trip. The family's going to be there, but I had credit, so I just booked it by myself. So I'm staying by myself and stuff. So it'll be nice. A nice, like,
where in Mexico?
CDMX.
For a wedding.
For a wedding, correct.
So it's going to be hype.
It's going to be hype, yeah. Good family friend for a long time, so it's going to be fun.
In Mexico City, though, that's interesting.
Yeah, man, that'll be hype.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty hype, yeah. It just doesn't seem like a lot of people get married in Mexico City itself. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think the husband or the fiance is Jewish, and she's obviously Bengali Indian, so it's not like there's a lot of like cultural ties. So I think it was just a destination, purely a destination. They had some special attachment to Mexico City, so they chose. Yeah. Okay, so we move to top 5.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this one, I'll be honest.
Just aquatic animals?
Yeah, aquatic animals.
Well, it was the most Ashman topic imaginable.
Top 5 oceanic animals. Been watching a lot of Blue Planet and stuff like that. So in my free time, thought I'd bring it up. Anyone want to go first?
Yeah, let me go first.
All right.
Yeah, so I felt like I was doing this and I realized all my animals are kind of similar, unfortunately. But I think it says something about me as a person.
I should preface your list that I chose species. I didn't just choose like fish, whale, shark. I chose the species of fish, whale, or shark.
I chose some species.
All right.
I chose some species, sure, yeah. I have sea lions. I like sea lions quite a bit. They're like big dogs of the ocean. I'm a big fan of sea lions.
True. Yes.
4, I have walruses. I find walruses to be quite comedic when you see them at these sea worlds. They do some quirky things, and
they're massive animals, bro.
Massive animals. 3, I have sea otters. I think sea otters are very cute. They were one of my favorite animals back in the day. I don't know if they count though. Do they count as an ocean animal?
I think so.
They do, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
2, I have manatees. I feel like manatees are a very overlooked ocean animal.
Fast cows in the water.
Yeah, water cows. It's sick, bro. As a child, I want to say in like 2nd or 3rd grade, we had to like write a Rudyard Kipling-esque or something of this nature style origin of species book, and mine was about manatees. It was pretty sick. I want to say that mine was about manatees losing their legs. They were cows and they lost their legs and they ended up in the ocean. That was my thing. They got cursed or something. I don't remember, but yeah. And then 1, I think everybody would know what I would pick. Seals. Specifically, I'm a big fan of harp seals. I think they're very cute animals. But as seal gang number 1, I have to rep for my people. Love seals, great animals. And I have a little bit of a different honorable mention. First, I do have some honorable mentions, but I have the great white shark. Was a big fan of the great white shark as a child. Eels. I think eels are pretty cool, but it's kind of a food related situation. And then, no, I'm not going to say that because they killed Steve Irwin, but I did have manta rays, and then I just remembered now they killed Steve Irwin, and I do have beef with them for that. But manta rays are pretty cool looking. And then I have a dishonorable mention, and I have to do this because I know Ashman's going to hype these pieces of shit up. But it's the orca whale. Really? Dolphins. Yeah, fuck orca whales and fuck dolphins. Dishonorable mention. Evil animals.
They're attacking human boats?
No, they're bullies. I think orcas are huge bullies. They
are, especially to a lot of your friends, your top five.
They just like to torture animals. They don't even want to eat them. They just torture them for no reason. They're horrible animals.
So I had to look this up because I was like, a lot of Seebs seem to be would be in the same animal class, and the animal class is called pinnipeds.
Seals, sea lions, and walruses are a part of the same animal class.
yeah. So you have a section of the oceanic.
My list is totally different.
Okay. Do you want to go or should I go, Ron?
I can go. At number 5, I have the swordfish. I think the blade nose is just fucking hype, and I think just conceptually, a swordfish is fire.
You didn't hear that. Okay, continue.
Wonder what Freud would have to say.
No, not even, dude. Not even. A sword. Like a fucking sword, like mythology, dude. Okay, sorry.
They do taste good.
Crapped out for a sec. A sword, man. I like mythology and fantasy, bro.
Yeah.
Freud would say I'm a great guy. That's what he'd say. That guy's a great guy. At number 4, dude, I have orcas, killer whales, bro.
Like I said,
because they are pretty evil animals, but they are pretty hype. Just like these giant killing machines of the ocean. It's like a pretty crazy concept, pretty crazy idea. At number 3, I have dolphins. Actually,
the propaganda's working.
Just the intelligent animal. So, most closely mimics. Oh yeah, I see them when I surf a lot. Oh, and then sometimes they'll go past you, and you're like, they're pretty big, pretty majestic animals.
Get too close.
Yeah, I don't. I'm always paddling away for sure. But I have been on like a wave where it's in the wave with you, and you the thought crosses your mind like, dude, if this thing just like jumped at me, I'd be fucked up. Because it's huge. You know what I mean? Because it's huge. Yeah, they're huge. They must be like 300, 400 pounds, you know? And you're just like, yeah. So and I kind of just turn away. It's like, I'm out. And number 2, I have the bluefin tuna, dude. The jewel of the ocean. You know, people are, creating their lives and businesses around the bluefin tuna. And, they get really huge. And it's like, they're crazy. They can be really expensive. It's just like a crazy concept, the Japanese, brave, tough oceans to catch bluefin tuna. It's like pretty sick. The jewel of the ocean. And then number 1, I have salmon. Both for the food reasons. Both for the food reasons. I think salmon's super fucking good as like food and sushi and a utility meal. And then I also just think the idea of the salmon having to climb up the river to lay their eggs. It's just like, I understand. It's an honorable feat, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's an honorable feat. That's what that is for salmon.
You know what's not inspirational, Brian? Have you been to Alaska during the summer?
I haven't.
It's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild.
I have.
Why?
Because as they go up the river, like their whole body disintegrates and they die like everywhere. Like you can in Juneau, if you go over like a little creek, the bottom of the creek will be filled with like hundreds of like half-eaten or flesh-rotten salmon.
Damn.
That didn't make it. It's really
that's so great. Hundreds?
Like hundreds, no, like thousands, if not hundreds.
Really? Damn. I've never seen that.
It's
like
pretty.
It's like a war zone out there, dude. Like people just like
they look like zombies. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I can appreciate. I actually thought about that too, Brett. It's like out of the oceanic species, what has the most inspirational journey? Some could say it's the salmon. Like I think it's pretty fair.
It might be like the emperor penguin.
Yeah, that's
too,
also pretty crazy. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that one.
Any honorable mentions, Brian?
I had the electric eel. Pretty sick.
That's fine.
Yeah, pretty sick. Pretty sick animal.
That one's pretty sick. I like that.
But that
very
was
chill
all.
adaptation. Okay. To me, I'm going to start a little bit. I'm going to start down under at number 5 with the saltwater crocodile. Remnants of,
that's a great one.
Yeah, remnants of
I
like
didn't even
dinosaurs
consider it.
past. Yeah. Just I look at some YouTube videos of them just like chilling on the beach, and they are fucking huge, dude. It's disgusting,
Yes.
like how big they are. This one is a recent one, the Greenland shark. Anybody know anything about the Greenland shark?
Yeah.
Greenland shark.
Yeah, they last like 500 to 600 years. That's how long they
do.
live, and so they swim super slowly in like really deep waters, and they just imagine like that guy, one of the sharks down there is like could have been with like the Renaissance, born at the time of the Renaissance, and he's just still there chilling, dude. It's crazy. Sure. They don't have like babies till like 200 or something. It's crazy. Number 3, the mantis shrimp. Yeah. 100 times greater than his body weight or whatever, something crazy. And then, of course, I think I'm going to combine these two because technically they're the same. But number 2, I'll go polar bear out in the Arctic Ocean, just walking across. It does live on top, but it does swim a lot. So I'll add that one in. And then
ultra killing machine. Aren't polar bears like ultra killing machines?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
There was a video of someone who put a watermelon in like a big tub, like encased it in a huge like ice chamber, and the polar bear just literally like starts clawing the ice and it breaks. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. And he gets the watermelon underneath. It's wild. And then of course number 1, without fail, orca / dolphin, same family, of course. They're sick, dude. I don't think anything needs to be said.
Orca propaganda, dude.
They've conducted a brilliant propaganda scheme over the last few centuries, I'd say.
Who, PETA? Like, who would do that?
Orcas. No, orcas, bro.
Orcas themselves?
Yes. Because you always hear that, orcas never have killed any humans. Well, they're fucking starting. They're plotting. They're just plotting, bro.
That's funny, dude.
They're fed up.
If orcas had killed one human, people would have a different opinion on them. But they know we get to roll and bully everybody as long as we don't kill any humans.
They fucked up some marine biologists at SeaWorld. I've seen the videos too.
I feel like they're trying to have a revolution, dude. They're captured in their
it's the proletariat
in their prisons, you know, like literally, like got orcas in like these small ass enclosures. They're trying to have the revolution, dude.
Ever since a kid, orca was number 1 for sure. Remains on my bucket list to swim with them in swim with the orcas in San Juan Islands, Washington, or Australia, because there's some over there apparently. Honorable mentions: bluefin tuna, the sperm whale, giant squid killer. It dives like 1,000 or 2,000 feet deep on one breath of air. And then the parrotfish, which apparently, if we go to like Hawaii or Cancun, they are responsible for the white sand that is in those areas. They produce like 100 pounds a day or something, parrotfish. So I thought that was cool. So that's my honorable mentions.
Wow, dude, big water guy, big marine guy, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to be a marine biologist at one point when I still wanted to save the whales.
I feel like that was an early, like, I liked reading a lot of marine books when I was like in kindergarten. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
same.
Definitely a big phase for me back then. My sisters will always bring this story up. When I was younger, I wouldn't like have a bath unless all my whales were in the bath with me. My whale toys.
I liked sharks a lot as a kid. Sharks were my thing. I had like all the tiger shark toys and great white shark toys. I was a big shark.
Hammerheads are sick too.
Street sharks were pretty sick. Hammerheads were sick. Yeah,
hammerheads were sick.
But I respect the inclusion of sleeper sharks on your list. The Greenland shark, that's pretty sick. This guy knows what he's talking about when you.
Yeah.
Sleeper sharks, because
who knows about the
sleeper sharks in general? Yeah, they live a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy. anyone have a song of the week, or I can give one if I didn't prepare you guys for this, but I know you guys
feel
are
like-
musically inclined.
You haven't given one in a while. I feel like you should probably.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I have one ready. It's called. Sorry, Vibin'.
By who? By who, dude?
Give me a second. It's under my mixes. I haven't added it to my list yet. Don Valle, Vibin'. I think Brian would like it. DonVaYei, and then Vibin'. It came up on YouTube search. It's just like a chill hip hop beat.
Don Valle.
Vibin'. So yeah, that's the song of the week.
Quite interesting. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how I found it, but that's song of the week. They gave it to me. This is what I have. I'm very happy to have them both back. It's fun to talk with them when they can. So hopefully next week we'll talk about soccer, Siebes, maybe what did we miss in sports, and a recap of Paul Tyson's knockout in round 2. Okay, thanks a lot for joining. See you guys next week. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.